Howdy partners, it's David here again, but I'm not wearing, as you can see, my cowboy hat. Put this round here because there's an Atlantic low coming. I don't feel like getting out on the horse and galloping across the range. But I thought, what can I do? There's not much more to tell you about the X19. And then a friend of mine in Australia, Chris, hello Chris, said, why not tell them about the thermostat? So I thought, that's a good idea. So I've been busy this afternoon with my coloured pencils and things, and I thought I would show you. As far as I know, I'm the only person that has done a diagram of the cooling system of the car. And here it is. Let's adjust the camera. And this is a simplified thing. That's a joke there, but it starts at the top there with the radiator, and see, it's got the top where it goes in and that's hot, and the bottom where it comes out and that's cold, because dense cold fluids sink to the bottom. This is all pumped, and then you've got the heater circuit there, and then you've got on the left there, that's the thermostat there, and then the header tank with a little top hose and the bottom hose, and that keeps the thermostat the same, the flow going around there, and you've got the engine over there. But the thermostat operation here at the moment, you see how, and it's quite complex. And when I came back to looking at it this morning, David Note 2017, that's when I did it, I thought, gee, even I can't remember how to do it. So what I've done is, I mean, if anybody wants a copy of this, which shows where all the water goes in a British specification car, I can do a copy of that. But I did just now, like I say, with my pastels and that, another drawing, and this shows just the thermostat, how it works, and it's different to most old style cars that just have a thermostat that opens and closes. This one, the clever thing about it, Ferrari engineer that did it, it keeps the top and the bottom of the engine at the same temperature all the way through, so you don't get the head getting hot and the bottom of it getting cold. But and here's how it works. We start over on the left when it's closed. And the thing that makes this remarkable, two things. You see the green circles there? They are where the pipes go to the expansion tank, the top one smaller and the bottom one. So they're linked all the time, whether this is closed, mixing or open. Those two pipes go through the expansion tank, and they're always connected. So anyway, here's the engine cold. Starts up, some heat comes out of the engine there, and it can go out there to the radiator, but it won't go through the radiator because this valve here, which is unusual, it's double-ended. So you can see it comes in through the top, goes to the pump, then round to the engine. So it's not going to go through the radiator because it can't come up here, because you see it's sealed at the bottom. So the cold water can't come through. So that goes through, and then the thermostat starts to open, you see in the middle. It opens a little bit, and then you've got the hot water coming out the top from the engine, comes into the radiator and cools, and a certain amount of it, because it doesn't open the whole way to start with, a certain amount of it mixes with hot water coming down from the top, as it did there, and you get a sort of a blended mixture. Don't forget the tanks to the hoses to the tanks, that's still getting a nice flow through there, so that's keeping a nice temperature. And then finally at the right, you can see I've dispensed with the pump and the radiator in that. You can see now it's closed and it hits up across the top there, so water can't flow through there, so it all has to go through the radiator now. Before, only a certain amount of it was going through the radiator, but it all has to go through the radiator, back down, and see it's cool to the engine. So there we've got it coming. It's warm all the time, and then it's a mix, like in your shower or something like that, or your sink, and then we've got it going hot through the radiator and then down and coming cool out of the bottom. But they're a very clever thing, and that's why you should make sure that it's working. Sometimes in hot countries, they take the thermostats out, and they think that will help the cooling system work, but of course it just postpones it. It can have the wrong temperature thermostat in. But that's how it works. So have a little look at that, get your head around it. You can watch this video obviously as many times as you wish to, but it's not a simple one, and most mechanics I don't think would have come up against it and know. So if you take it to an ordinary mechanic and fix your cooling system, they might not know how to. But here again is the drawing. You've got the radiator at the top, the heater heater circuit there. Then you've got the header tank over here, hose going in through and that's the thermostat itself. And you've got the engine. There's an inlet manifold that's kept warm to help the petrol vaporize more easily. I've also got the water choke circuit that goes into the manifold of the pump there. Mine doesn't have a choke that's operated by water, but it's all there. And then again, the thermostat operation at the bottom. Hot water from the engine through the back of the thermostat and onto the bottom right to pump through the manifold, then mixing, warm now, and all the flows are mixing. And then hot, working like normal, thermostat, what does it say? But with the top and the bottom of the engine at the same temperature. So there we go. Anyway, I hope that's some use to you. Like I say, as far as I know, that's the only diagram to show the actual cooling system, how it goes. There's certainly nothing in the Haynes book. It just talks about things. There we are. I did it with pastels. I got myself some pastels. I use them for my model aircraft. Tissue, if you put pastel on the back of the tissue, it makes it more opaque. Anyway, there we go. Closed, mixing, the thing that most mechanics won't know about, and then open. Thanks to all the subscribers. Well, it's very kind of you to do it, but anyway, thank you very much. And friends in Australia as well, and anybody else who knows me and I owe money to, I don't know where I live. Anyway, thank you. I'll point you to myself again. That was a little joke. Anyway, all the best to you all. Hope you're interested in your X19 and keep it going. Bye-bye then. There we go. There it is. It's a complex drawing.